like I stated before, I don't mind that Samus uses high heels. My problem mainly is that it's not the best shoe or equipment for a brawl. But what about Bayonetta?
Hey, Geraldo! I wish you were here, because then I would teach you the striking, spinning, whirling Benchohatsu technique. What is this guy?
Hello Internet, I hope you have had an awesome day. My name is Jardo Magia, also known as Hyperboy, and I welcome you to this safe zone where we talk about opinions and analyze them and see what we can actually get from that and be a better person. I think that's what I'm trying to do with the show, at least. So, this is part 2 of the whole thing about the sex appeal with a strong character. So, if you haven't seen the other one or even don't know what I'm talking about, links in the doobly-doo on the description thingy, or maybe annotations here, or something like this. I don't even know why I'm doing all this. So, a little bit of recap of what we were talking about before is that people were all going apeshit because Samus was starting to get was using now high heels for Super Smash Brothers, and like I stated before, I don't really mind about her using high heels because God helps if she can actually use even makeup or something like that. But what I was talking about more is because this kind of shoe doesn't really feel, or it doesn't really will be used very well on the battlefield. I mean, it's a high heel. It will handle, it will hinge your balance. Because of the construction of this shoe, you will actually have all your forts in one place, and it might break or anything. But again, this is a video game and all that. But going a little bit more about this is that because of some kind of social pressure or what people are expected that women or even men have to use and all, sometimes they push this kind of cultural references for the genders to be used on their equipment or attire. Case in point, Samus using right now a high heels for her suit. I understand that she now is going to use some kind of power boots for actually going dashing or even making like the double jump a little bit more congruent for what she does and all that. But checking the design of the high heel, I don't think it's like a good choice. I don't think it's a good way to say that she can actually battle in a good way. Hell, I have seen a lot of comics or even people talking about how this is kind of ridiculous for her, because we still see her like a very strong I'm not saying that she's not a strong character, like a strong female character, that it's independent, that she can actually do her choices and that what she can actually do and don't. But the whole thing is that maybe people are going a little bit more thinking that Nintendo's trying to sexualize the characters in a way that she's supposed to not be, just because she is a strong character. Now, there's been people that even have been creating like amazing artwork around these high heels, but they have like kind of doing their own version of it, like showing that she can actually use high heels, but in a way that it won't mess up with her balance, that can be part of the equipment, that the high heels have some kind of objective, that they have a reason to be used on this, and that's actually perfectly fine. I think the whole problem here is that people are still thinking that strong characters cannot have that kind of sex appeal, especially women. And I think again it's because of the whole sexualization that we had on the gaming industry. I talked before that even Lara Croft, unfortunately, she was supposed to be this kind of the female counterpart of Harrison Ford's character, as Indiana Jones. That she's supposed to be this sexy explorer, that it's a female character that is strong and all, but suddenly she became like a sexual character, like this hyper sexual character from that time, that basically negated anything that the main idea of the character was supposed to be from this point of view. She has been remapped, she has been redone, and I love the new design for Lara. Not just the physical design, but the mental state of how she was portrayed. Now, going a little bit back into Samus. Quite strong characters like Samus cannot have this kind of usage. Why? It a hint of she trying to become, like, showing a little bit more of her femininity or her sex appeal. It is wrong, because at least for me, the best example for this kind of sex appeal in a good way used, it might be Bayonetta. Bayonetta falls into the same thing for me, that, oh, she uses high heels, but high heels have like their purpose for her. She uses 4 guns with hands and feet, and because of her own way she's always portrayed, or how she actually acknowledges herself, it actually kind of makes sense why she can actually use high heels. Now, obviously, I might be talking about in a physical way that the high heel might broke, but she's a witch. She uses magic, so I can say that they can actually get away with it with the high heel, because she uses magic to balance herself and to protect her own body and all that. So maybe they can go with that. But going a little bit more deeper into the why she might be getting, the character Bayonetta can get away with it, is because as a strong female character, she has her own sex appeal. She has a character acknowledges her own sex appeal, that she has a sexy body, that her figure is attractive to other people, to men and women. So yeah, men and women, they can actually be attracted to her. And she knows that she can actually use that kind of sex appeal on her advantage. She can actually manipulate others to achieve her goals. We might not see, yeah, we see it in the game, that she uses her own abilities, her own self, to achieve her goals. Also, she uses this her agility, her flexibility, in a way that, although it might look sexually for most of us, it's helping her destroy her enemies. Yeah, maybe she uses like the pole dancing thing in a way for maximizing damage and all that, or even her movement with her feet for moving around and trying to actually get extra hit points on their enemies. But that's the thing, she's using it in a way that she cannot do anything about her sex appeal. She cannot do anything about it, and because of that, she uses all these sexy moves to go around their enemies and get away with it. She can actually destroy you with all that. But because of this, and I think the kind of taboo that we have around sex, the gray line with her, with this kind of character where she actually uses her sex appeal because she acknowledges, can fall into that she might be exhibitionism, that she will be like this kind of sexual deviant that only thinks about sex and all that, which it doesn't fall into that. It is a character that it's sexy, and she can do anything about it. She can either, 1, acknowledge it and use it on her advantage, or 2, become a sexy bimbo, with that we have unfortunately done in the past that doesn't really work well in the gaming industry. And yeah, I think I make my point with that. So if this type of characters that can actually show up their sex appeal and still being strong, why characters like Samus, when they try to show, or at least they have something that it's not relevant to their profile, to how they should act, why does it fall into that she cannot show her sex appeal on that? Again, it might be because, like me, that say like high heels, how can they work? Or even people thinking that because she's starting to use high heels, it can be like they're trying to sexualize her. But again, this kind of characters can use their own sex appeal or their own acknowledgement of their bodies into their advantage. And yeah, it might be, Samus will say like, hey, this is how I am, and that's how I am. Maybe, unfortunately, because of Other M, we haven't seen like a better development of this character. We only see that maybe she's like a hard shell of emotion, and that she might be just this kind of dull character or strong character that be independent, but it doesn't have feelings. But what about if this character later on gets developed? What if what if she actually loves kittens? What if she actually likes to even, I don't know, paint her nails or even use makeup in a ways that she actually feel, but at the same time be strong and independent? I don't really mind if they do that, or even if she doesn't like it, even she becomes this kind of tomboyish person that besides that she uses jeans and no shirts and all that, and again, it all depends on how the development of this. And I think the whole debunkable problem is that character that of Samus, like Samus, that hasn't been developed well, might fall into that kind of taboo or gray line of what that character should use or what she will not use. She is a human being. She can decide what to use and what to not. But again, society pressure has put onto her what this kind of character can actually use or not. A big difference with Bayonetta, because the character in that game was understand that how that acknowledgement of her body and her sexual or her sexual appeal actually helps her out achieve whatever she wants. So when either male or female character tries to do this, where's the problem there? Why we think that it's being sexualized? I think that, again, the whole term is that video games have not treated the sexual relationships or even the sexuality of the characters well, because we have hypersexualized these characters. We have the how can I say this? I mean, the action of making love or having sex is what we always figure, and we always fix it. We have never go beyond of doing about looking beyond it, the passion, the love, how even a pretty or somebody that is not that pretty can actually still feel that kind of emotion and develop it a little bit more into their personalities. Maybe that's the main problem we have over here. But what do you guys think? Do you think that sex appeal in general can actually affect much better, only in a positive way, the character? Can the sex appeal be used in a mature way? So there's a little bit more of development, a little bit of follow-up from the questions from before, but a little bit more in depth. I would like to see more about it. So what do you think about it? Comment, discuss, video response. We'll be talking about it next time. I'm Gerardo Mejia, also known as Hyper Brain. See you guys Wednesday.